Nancy Pelosi and other politicians on the Ground Zero mosque controversy. But tonight, we want to hear directly from you, the American people, on the issue, which is why pollster, our friend Frank Luntz, is here in studio with a very special focus group. And Mr. Luntz, good to see you.
Pleasure.
And we got a great group of great Americans here.
Now let's set the stage. How many of you voted for John McCain? Raise your hands. Oh, 12 of them. How many of you voted for Barack Obama? 17 of them.
All right, I got a lot of work to do here tonight.
How many of you support what Obama has done in terms of the mosque? Raise your hands. Look how few hands go up. How many of you oppose it? How many of you voted for Barack Obama and oppose it? Okay, tell me why.
Well, he takes this professorial tone like we don't know what the Constitution is all about, but we're dealing with reality here. This is New York. We saw the towers go down, and it's a question of sensitivity.
Is it sensitivity?
It is sensitivity, but it's something that shouldn't have even been talked about. It shouldn't have got into it. So it's a bad move.
So you're upset for him even raising it?
Yeah, he stepped into, mud.
Your reaction?
I think he's involved in enough things in government. He does not need to be involved with New York.
There's no Muslim community down in that area. It's the financial district. There's no reason for mosques or community centers to be down there.
Who's Muslim here? Raise your hands. Do you support or oppose it being built?
Support.
Tell me why.
Well, I feel it is a healing for the nation to come to an understanding of the practices of Islam. The majority of Muslim Americans are peaceful. They frown upon terrorism. They are ashamed when acts of hatred are perpetrated by Muslim terrorists.
Who's Jewish here? Who supports it being built? No. And you're Jewish.
I'm Jewish. I support it being built.
Tell me.
I support it being built because I believe that everybody has the right to religious freedom. I also believe that where the money is coming from should be checked and verified, and as long as everything is done according to code, that there is no problem with it.
Larry, you agree or disagree?
I disagree. I think that no matter where this attack occurred, if it occurred in Davenport, Iowa, there's a certain amount of post-traumatic stress disorder that occurs, and there's a stressor with the mosque being made right where this attack occurred, and people need to heal. And we don't need to put stressors while people heal.
Okay, you're saying people healing. How many of you lost someone? You knew someone who died on 9/11. Raise your hands.
Wow.
How many of you lost a family member on 9/11? You lost a family member. Who'd you lose?
My Uncle Winston.
And do you see this as an issue of healing or an issue of division?
I think it's an issue of division because people that may have been healing and getting over just slightly, it's going to be thrown back in their face again.
Right, right. She lost a love member, but you do support. Who did you lose in?
I lost a cousin.
Yeah.
Along with a variety of friends, and I have family members who lost friends and loved ones.
I want to now move a little bit into the area of the imam who's spearheading this, guys. He wants America, he said in his book, to be more Sharia compliant. Most of you aware of Sharia law? Okay, so we understand what Sharia is. He would not condemn the terror group Hamas. 19 days after 9/11, he said on 60 Minutes that America was an accessory to what happened, that Osama bin Laden was made in the USA. Do any of these statements controversial? Yes, ma'am.
This imam should not be allowed to put a mosque in this country, period, with those views.
Well, you guys agree? Or how many of you agree with that?
Yes.
Raise your hands if you agree. Who disagrees with that? Are you Islamic? Are you?
Yes.
What's your reaction to him?
I might not agree with him exactly that strict level of Islam, but we have a right to religious freedom, and we have the right to say what we want. That's a freedom that we cherish in this country.
But wouldn't Sharia law, where women are stoned to death, where women don't have rights, where we see gays are persecuted and lesbians are persecuted, where you see that if a woman claims rape, they need 4 male eyewitnesses to prove rape. Women can't drive. Women can't go to school. Women in Saudi Arabia can't be seen in public with a male that they're not related to. He says America should be Sharia compliant. Don't you think we need to know what he means by that?
I mean, also the Ku Klux Klan also has their own
Would you want the Ku Klux Klan to build a mosque?
We can't
build a temple or anything, whatever they want.
But we can't tell them not to build on a private property.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Your reaction. Yeah.
It's insane at this point in time that he's not being investigated, and where exactly is this money coming from? But however, Ms. Pelosi wants to investigate the people who are opposed to this money.
That's a new development. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean, anyone who doesn't expressly speak out against terrorism really should not be spreading their views anywhere in the mosque in this country.
Philip.
Sean, Frank, the question is, what do you do with the mosque that already exists there for the past 20 years? They get grandfathered in. There is a mosque there that's 2 blocks away on Warren Street from Ground Zero.
Well, the thing I want to have resolved is, number one, where does the funding come? Because we also learned today that they would accept money from Iran, they would accept money from Saudi Arabia. That's very disconcerting to me, number one. And I also think we need to vet out who this imam is, what his views are. Is this put up as some sort of symbol of triumph over the United States and the Western world? And I think we need to know, if he's not willing to condemn a group like Hamas that has in their charter that the calling for the destruction of the state of Israel, I'm concerned about his ties. And I think we have every right to get to the bottom of it in light of what happened at Ground Zero.
Yeah,
Tracy.
I think regardless of where the funding's coming from, there'll still be people opposed to it, regardless.
You might be, but should we also find out, just for the benefit, should he, for example, if Ahmadinejad, who wants to wipe Israel off the map, would that factor in if money was coming from him?
Yeah, I think it would make a difference if we knew specifically, but I think regardless, even if it is legitimate money, there'll still be opposition.
All right, we gotta take a break. We gotta end it right there. But and thank you all, by the way. Thank you for your very strong, smart opinions. And I have 17 of you I have to work on. So I have a couple of years before 2012. But we have plenty more Hannity coming up straight ahead.